Hey YouTubers, just wanted to do a quick video. This is the Gun Noobs channel. Again, got our concealed carry permits back in late October, early November. We're already up to 3 pistols and a rifle. Really enjoying ourselves. Did want to point out that I recently decided to conceal carry. Went out and got myself the Nate Square tactical holster. I will say the first week that I wore a concealed carry, I wouldn't say the whole week, for a couple days, I found that it was like carrying a brick on my waist. And it is a big responsibility. I'm still to the point where when I practice draws off of the holster, that I always tend to pull the gun out, bring it up, and I always forget. Now my M&P 9C has a safety on it, and the only time I practice, the big thing is remember to flip your safety off. The other thing I'm not comfortable with yet is keeping a round in the chamber. So when I'm practicing, I have to flip this down and rack the slide. Again, this of course is empty. So I'm not to the point yet where I'm comfortable keeping a round in the chamber ready to go. But I did want to point out that as time goes on, you do tend to forget. Forget you have this thing on. It's very, very comfortable once it's in place. I got to say that Nate Square did a great job on this holster. Now I'm a lefty, as you can see, and the M&P. So I had to go with the crush style holster. They didn't have the Kydex type for a lefty and the M&P 9C, but very comfortable. And again, I look at it this way. It's holding the gun very well. If I need to draw my gun for some reason, and this thing crushes like that, I'm not worried about reholstering this thing quickly. I think I've mentioned that before, but it's important to note that Kydex is not the end-all be-all for reholstering, at least in a situation where you're carrying concealed. The big thing you want is you want to be able to draw this thing. And I did want to point out, I'm still trying to determine whether to carry appendix carry, which I find can be difficult when you're sitting down. This thing is jamming up against me. Or carrying in the back, carrying roughly around here. I find that either one, there's a little bit of discomfort when you're sitting down. I will say in both cases, the thing that kind of bothers me about this, and it's necessary to have so you can slip it over your belt, is that this little piece here does tend to get caught. When I go to do my practice, I'll pull my shirt up, whether it's in the front or in the back, and every once in a while my shirt catches on that little thing, and that scares the heck out of me, because if I have to draw, I don't want to be fumbling with my shirt trying to get it off the hook to bring it up. The other thing I noticed was, I've only been carrying for a few weeks, and I'm noticing that this is already starting to separate. I know when I first bought it, it was pressed right up tight, and now it's starting to separate a little bit. A little bit of concern there, because you can't really bend it back, because you have to overbend it to get it back to that point. But overall, I'm really happy with this holster. It's been very, very comfortable. No issues with it. Just wanted to point that out. The big thing here is, when I am out in public with this gun on my hip, I never stop thinking about the responsibility I have to those around me if something were to occur. How minute those chances are. You've always got that in your mind, that you're carrying this not only to protect yourself and your loved ones, but those around you if something were to occur. So, again, for a newbie, these are the things I think about, and just wanted to put those out there to those of you that are still looking at thinking about carrying concealed, and the thoughts that will run through your head. The holsters that are available out there, there are many. I think my wife is going to end up with a purse-type holster. Of course, she's carrying a Glock 17, which is a beast of a semi-automatic pistol. But I gave her a Black Hawk for Christmas, and she does like wearing it. She usually tends to wear very bulky overshirts, at least in the winter, and but she still finds it's it's kind of big and heavy to carry. So her thought is we'll probably be looking for some type of purse type carry holster for her. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something or found something useful within this video. One other thing I wanted to mention was this Newtown shooting and some of the things that have been said as far as arming all teachers. Well, we know that all teachers do not want to be armed. But having a conversation the other day, something I thought was a really good idea was, even if we can't arm teachers with guns, and even, to go to a lower level, having them all either have a taser or pepper spray on them, is to treat it like an air marshal. You've got an air marshal on the plane. You don't know if there is even an air marshal on the plane, that there is a person. And what if we were to do that within the schools, where we had certain school marshals, just 4, 5, 6, depending on the size of the school, certain people that are trained to carry concealed. And just that alone may make a huge difference. It's no longer a gun-free zone. When a shooter goes in and decides he's going to actively shoot, he doesn't know who within that crowd has a gun and will pull it and level it against them. So, just an interesting thought, something to mull over.